Mike Webb from Webb Outdoors, and this weekend is the kickoff for the Central Pro Series for 2016. We've had a lot of rain this week, and this weekend they're calling for cold temperatures and a lot of wind. So it should be exciting to see who can adapt to the changing weather conditions. Gary Willis, he's going to be up the Baxter, above Baxter in the White River. Well, look at the wind coming in there. 2 and 3 footers slamming against the boat right there. Fishing a shaky head, it looks like. Oh, he's hooked up now. He's got his rod bent good. Could be a good fish. It's going to be tough getting that in those kind of ways with shaky head. See what this one looks like. This will be his first fish of the day. Early in the morning, that's got to feel good. Oh, that is a decent fish. That is going to be his first keeper of the day. Young angler Brandon Durr from Republic, Missouri. Looks like he's throwing a spinnerbait in Ants Creek. Hooked up right there. Looks like he got out of the wind a little bit. Ooh, that's a good fish. That's a good fish right there. You make short work of that one. He's going to put that in the box and get back at it. Let's go around the corner to Gary Martin. He's in Ants Creek also. Looks like Gary's throwing his favorite bait, a wiggle wart. Keying on rocks. Looks like he's hooked up there. He's going for the net right now. Gary loves throwing a wiggle wart, especially when the water temperature is where it is right now. That's going to be his first keeper of the day right there. Back to Gary Willis. He's still in the White River up around Baxter. Throwing a shaky head. Looks like channel swing areas. I don't know how he feels the bite with that much wind on that light tackle like that. Looks like he's hooked up. Well, he's taking his time. That's got the rod bent good. That's a good fish right there. That is a good fish. Boat's getting beat around right there, and that fish is trying to get underneath the trolling motor. Look at the waves hit that boat. Oh, that's gonna hurt. That fish come undone. Let's go check in on Lupe Garcia. Lupe's throwing a topwater in the mid-James River area. Look how close he's throwing that bait to the shore, parallel on the bank. Bait's probably in 5 foot of water. Working it along right there. Out of the wind, that helps him a lot. Looks like he's throwing a Zara spook. Oop, I saw that fish hit the bait right against the bank. Like a pretty good fish too. He's taking it easy with it. Yep, that is a good fish. Let's go to Ryan Grodicke. He's in the Mid-Lake area around Rice Camp. Looks like he's deep fishing. As you can tell by the water spots, it's still raining and sleeting and snowing where he is. He's working an ice bait, a Rapala ice bait, vertically underneath the boat. Looks like he sees something. He's reeling it slowly. The fish is going to come up and hit this hard and knock slack in the line, I'll bet. There it is right there. He's hooked up. Pretty good fish. He's got his rod bent over pretty good. Yep, that'll be that's a solid keeper in the boat for him right there. Go back and check on Gary Willis. Looks like he's moved farther up the White, a little closer to Big Creek. Looks like he's pitching a jig into an empty dock stall right here. He's hooked up. He's out of the wind. That's going to help him a lot better than the shaky head bite a while ago out 3 foot, ways, maybe he'll have better luck getting this one in the boat. Pretty good fish right there. Here he comes, he's going after the net. Yeah, that's going to be another keeper in the boat for Gary Willis. Go back over to Ants Creek where Gary Martin is still throwing a wiggle wart on rocks. It looks like big rocks around the boat docks. Looks like he's hooked up there. Gary's one of the best there is throwing a crankbait. This fish is fighting good. Looks like he's got it under the boat. Taking his time with it. He's going to grab the net. That one's in the boat. Another keeper for Gary Martin. Back up the James River to Lupe Garcia. Looks like he's still throwing a Zara spook right against the bank. He's taking this, working this bait pretty slow too. Looks like a fairly steep bank too. Oh, that fish hit it there. Missed it. Oop, he got it that time. Fish is hooked up. Missed it the first time, came back and got it the second time. Yep, that's another good keeper for Lupe. Back up the White River and check in on Gary Willis. Looks like he switched back to the spinning tackle, throwing a shaky head again. Like he's back out in the wind. Working that shaky head pretty aggressively. Like there could be some ledges right there he's keying on. There he is, he's hooked up now. And keep the boat from blowing into the bank. Going after the net. This must be a decent fish. Yep, that's going to go in the box. It's another keeper for Gary Willis. Brandon Durst still working the spinnerbait in Ants Creek. Looks like he's about in the same spot where he caught the last one. He's working it pretty fast. Trying to make a lot of casts, cover a lot of water. Looks like he's working the spinnerbait real fast and pausing it. You can tell how cold it is. They're all, oop, he's got one now. Hooked up. Like a decent fish. Yeah, that one's going to go in the box. Another keeper for Brandon. Check back in on Gary Willis. He's still up the White River, working the steep banks, shaky head. He missed one right there. Maybe it'll come back. It did come back. He missed it again. Drop it right back down. A lot of times those fish will come back 3 or 4 times before you hook up with them. There he did, he got it that time. Looks like he's working some timber out there. Taking this one pretty easy. Trying to keep that fish out of the trolling motor. And keep the boat off the bank as well. And get the net. That one's going to go in the live well. He's going to get. Check in on Gary Martin. Looks like he's moved from Ants Creek to Fisher Creek. Looks like he put down the crankbait and is now flipping docks. Looks like he had one hit right there and he missed it. Trying to keep that boat away from the dock in that wind. Now he's hooked up. Fish came back and got it right there. Looks like a pretty good fish. Try to keep it off the cables and connecting bars on the stalls there. He's going after the net, so this must be a decent fish. Yeah, Gary can use that one. He's going to add that to the fish he's already caught. Put him that much closer to the limit of fish. They need 5. Let's go check out Lupe Garcia. He's up in Woolly Creek. Still throwing a topwater bait. That's his confidence. He's in there out of the wind. Got a little bit of a breeze in there, but not too much. Kind of 45-degree angle cast toward these banks, it looks like. Almost looked like one swirled at it right there. There's another, he swung at it right there. Fish missed it again. Lupe continues to work the bait, hoping that fish follows it all the way. Look how he's moving the boat away from the lure. Fish hit it again and again. There, he got it right there. He took that fish from the bank all the way to the boat before he hooked up to it. Let's look at that one more time. That's 2 hits, 3 hits. Fish is still following the bait. 4 hits. Fish is all over that. He keeps missing it. Lupe got him right there at the boat. Never gave up on it. Go back and check on Brandon Durr. Looks like Brandon switched from a spinnerbait to a wigglewort. Still staying in the Ants Creek area. Looks like he's paralleling the bank. 8 or 10 foot of water. Cranking that wigglewort pretty quick. He's covering a lot of water. There he is. Now he's hooked up. Got to be careful with these wigglewort fish. They'll throw that bait. The hook just gets in the side of their mouth. He's taking it slow. Getting the net out. It's like the young angler's got another one. A good fish is going to go in the live well. Go back and check on Gary Willis. He's hanging around the White River. It's working for him. Still using the shaky head on the rocky, windy banks up there. Just working it down the ledges. Now he's hooked up. I think Gary's got these shaky head fish figured out. Another keeper fish for Gary Willis. Back and check on Gary Martin. He's still in Fisher Creek, working a jig around boat docks. Looks like he slowed the bait down quite a bit, dragging the bait on the bottom, not hopping it quite as much. Gary's got a lot of confidence in this bait as well. Sunshine out right now, it'll drive those fish underneath the docks, and Gary knows that. Oh, there he's hooked up. Looks like that fish hit it between the boat and the dock that time. Gary's just going to boat flip this one in. Let's go back and check on Lupe. He's still in Woolly Creek, throwing his favorite bait, the Zara Spook. Why not? It's worked for him all day so far. He's got 4 fish. He needs 1 more for a limit. There he is. He's hooked up. If he can get this one in the boat, it'll be his limit. He'll be headed back to Kimberling City for the weigh-in. That is good fish. Lupe's got his limit. Every one of them on the topwater. Looks like a white Zara Spook. Back up the White River and check on Gary Willis. He's still throwing a shaky head. He's been in the wind all day, but it's been working for him. Gary needs one more good fish to get his limit. Looks like he's hooked up right there. That fish is pulling good. Gary's taking that real slow. That must be a good fish. He's reaching for the net. Oh, that is another keeper. Did I see that right? It looked like his bait came out of the fish's mouth in midair. Let's look at that again. Watch the bait. As he's lifting this fish in with the net, watch the bait. There it goes. And the fish lands in the net. Luck's on your side today, buddy. Now these anglers are headed back to the First Baptist Church Ministry Center in Kimberling City for the weigh-in.
What? Did you get that remote starter installed in my truck yet? Tired of freezing off my keister every morning, waiting for it to warm up. Yep. All you gotta do is taser the Koopa Chabra. Chuba what now? You're pretty stupid, aren't you, son? Yep.
Dude should have went to Car-Fi. 2 locations, Springfield and Nixa.
Brandon Durr. Brandon, how many you got? Got a limit. Got a limit coming up here. Brandon, one of the youngest anglers. Let's see what these weigh. Well, they're alive. Goodness. I believe that is now 3rd place. Is that right, Sherry? 11:24. 11:24. Brandon, what'd you catch those fish on?
Wigglewort and spinnerbait.
Randy Emerson. Randy, how many you got? 5 fish for Randy. Randy? Pretty good bag of fish right there, bud. There's your new leader. 14:04. 14:04. Randy. What'd you use to catch them fish?
Jig and spinnerbait.
Jig and a spinnerbait. Did you stick around here or did you take a boat ride?
Truck ride.
Took a truck. So you fished a long ways from here, didn't you? Well, right now you're leading this event, Randy. Stick around for us. Gary Willis got 5. They're alive. 9:59, Gary. 9:59. That is Gary Martin. Gary, how many you got? Gary's got a limit. All right, Gary. Are these wigglewort fish?
2 of them. Actually, 3 of them. The other 2 was on the jig.
Wigglewort and a jig. Let's see what these weigh. 1097. 1097, Gary. Thank you, bud. Lupe Garcia, Mr. Topwater himself. How many you got, Lupe? Lupe's got 5. Gonna weigh 5 total. Are these topwater fish? These are topwater fish also. 1064, Lupe. 1064. Lupe was another one of our cameramen. Connor's going to weigh 1 for big. He's got 5 total. That's the new leader for big bass, 373. 373. We're going to add 4 more to that. Now, here we go. Connor Cunningham. New leader. 1565. 1565. 63. Connor, what'd you catch those on?
Wigglewort.
Did you stay around here close, or did you have to go up in the rivers?
No, I went to the dam, actually.
The waves a little factor up there?
It was awful.
It was awful. Well, right now you're leading this event. Great job. 3 fish, but we have a new big bass, and I'm going to want you to show this to the crowd, all right? That's a dandy. That is the big bass. 691. 691. That is a beauty. Golly, look at that. Uh-oh. I believe that snuck into 2nd place. 1411, Aaron. Hang on just a second. Don't you go anywhere. All right. You're going to have to give it up, brother. What'd you catch them on?
I caught them on spinnerbait.
Did you take a boat ride or did you stick around here? Where'd you key at?
I launched up Long Creek. There all day.
Stayed in Long Creek? Well, good job. Right now you got second place, my friend. You bet.
And now it's time for Winning Ways, brought to you by Webb Outdoors, where champions share their keys to success.
I primarily threw a wiggle wart today. I stayed in the wind, threw a spinnerbait a little bit, but everything I weighed in primarily came on the wiggle wart. Just crawdad colors, custom painted. I stayed in the dam area around Indian Point to Jake's Creek. I fished everything actually, flat baits. The key was a wind more than anything. I stayed in the creek, Indian Point Creek or whatever, and then Jake's Creek, just those two creeks. I wasn't really looking for shad as much as just staying in the wind. I think I was fishing a little shallower than everyone else, being up in the wind, and it seemed like they bit better in the afternoon once the sun was actually out. I'd say they were anywhere from 6 to 8 feet, maybe even shallower. No, just key was the wind and it's covering a lot of water. I'd like to know how many miles of bank I actually fished today. I guess I just like to thank my dad with Cunningham Construction for paying my entry fee. I guess that's about it for sponsors.
Well, the 2016 Central Pro Circuit kickoff was very exciting. The guys had some extremely challenging weather to deal with today. The high temperature today was 38. There was snow, there was sleet, there was freezing rain, and the winds of 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts created quite a challenge for these anglers. But on top of the field was Connor Cunningham, who won it all to start off the 2016 Pro Series circuit.